Hi, this is Vin from Tempest Rising, and you're listening to Collision on Voice FM.
How are you?
Good, good. Everything's going pretty sweet. There is lots of stuff happening. I'm constantly emailing people and getting everything ready, and I'm very busy, very, very busy.
So you're pretty much like self-managing Tempest Rising.
Well, yeah, James and I both get on it pretty hard. We do. There's just so much to do, which you don't really know about all the back stuff, before you sort of get into it. We just wanted to play music and have a good time, and all of a sudden we feel like half musos, half businessman.
Well, you have to be.
Not very good businessman either.
It's all a learning curve, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, so you've got this brand new single, Know My Name, and I've heard the single. We're going to play it for people in a moment, but I'm actually really shocked that this is recorded less than 12 months after you released your first single.
Yeah. Well, we wanted it to be as quickly as possible between the album and the new stuff, because the album previous took forever to make. And with our new guitarist, DJ and James working together with all this new stuff that we're writing, we think that it's just of a much higher caliber, and we want people to hear that, so we want to get them out as quickly as possible.
Well, that's why I said I can't believe it's less than 12 months, because your debut album was awesome, but this new single is definitely a step up. It's just very classy track.
Yeah, thanks.
I mean, it's pretty obvious when you listen to it, what it's written about, I guess, or what its purpose is. But do you want to tell us from your point of view what the song means?
Well, to me personally, I guess I kind of write in a pretty obvious style when it comes to the lyrics. Sometimes I can be metaphorical, but I'd kind of like to get my message across. So I guess the song is quite self-explanatory. It's about, putting myself forward and, on a personal level, and making myself heard and being who I want to be without allowing, I guess, other forces to stop that, and you just got to keep pushing and not let things sort of drag you down. And everything in life can drag you down. It's just whether or not you can keep going, and that's what the song's about. Just make people know who you are, be heard.
Well, I think it could be prolific, the name of the track, Know My Name. I think a lot more people are going to know the name Tempest Rising when they hear this music.
That is also what we are hoping.
Well, we'll do our best to make sure they hear it.
Awesome.
Well, your voice,
yeah,
you do both the soft vocals and the heavy vocals in Tempest Rising, don't you? Do you do special training with your voice to look after it?
No, I did some vocal coaching for a while. I did about 6 lessons, but it became kind of, how should I say, I just felt like I wasn't doing anything. And I know that I've watched some videos and whatnot on that, you've got to keep your voice trained. So I tend to take that into consideration as well when I'm doing what I do, but I don't really have any regime, I guess.
Right, so you just like to pick up little tips here and there and implement what you want to suit you.
Yeah, because, everyone's individual, so it's not like everyone's exactly the same. Vocals is really hard like that. You need someone who's specific to yourself. When I was doing training, the guy was kind of like making me do all this operatic stuff, and it just wasn't helping. And I actually found that after about 3 or 4 weeks with him, that my throat was hurting more than it ever had. And I was like, okay, well, this isn't really feeling like it's helping. So I just stopped, and since then I've had no issues. And I don't tend to, during jam and that, I don't just sort of scream my heart out all the time. You keep it toned down. There's no need to overdo yourself in jam. Only, live situations, they're only 45 minutes, hour most. So it's not exactly like long periods of time that I'm doing screams and cleans,
Yeah, and you must have backup in the band for in the live situation, because listening to your recorded versions, you've got some crossover and stuff happening. Yeah,
DJ Daniel, our second guitarist, he does backup screams for me, and we're going to get him to start doing some harmonized vocals as well, because he's quite a good singer. Yeah, so that's something that we haven't had before live, which is awesome. So we're working on that to get that as tight as possible before we sort of implement it in our live show. But I'm really looking forward to, especially with these new songs, as you said, there's quite a lot more layering that you've heard in Know My Name, and we want that to be fairly obvious in the live show as well.
Yeah, and I guess from your debut album Transmutation to your brand new single Know My Name, you've sort of left the deathcore behind or metalcore behind and moved more into a more pure form of heavy metal. Is that where the new album is going to head towards?
Yeah, I guess so. The new stuff doesn't have as much of that metalcore influence, which is, again, the guitarist that wrote in Transmutation, there was, I think, 4. So we went through 3 guitarists during that period. And that's one of the reasons why it took so long to get out and why we're trying to release an album as fast as possible. Not so fast as we're cutting out the quality, but DJ and James working together, they're monsters. They just pop out songs. They're like the rabbit version of musicians. They're just constantly going at it. So we've got all these awesome songs which we really want to get out there, and they are a more pure form of our style, because there isn't as much, I guess, bastardization. It's just it's a pure Tempest Rising album. Yeah, it's not as much mix up. Transmutation was kind of but still, we love the album. We love what we put out. We just want something to come out and just be like, this is who we are now. This is who we've evolved to, and that's what you'll hear in Know My Name.
Well, I agree with you. I think I guess the singing style on that is like you still got the soft and the heavy vocals and that, but the bass, the music is more metal than it was. But like, I love Transmutation as well. I'm actually surprised the song Wretch is only just 12 months old. I feel like I've had that song for about 2 or 3 years in my playlist.
We didn't expect it to be as popular as it was. I didn't even like the song when the single came out. I didn't even like it. And then now we get people chanting it to us at our live shows, which is kind of cool.
Yeah. Well, you don't have to like it because you don't have to buy it.
Yeah, that's right.
Hopefully other people will, but I'm certain that people are going to be buying Know My Name.
Yeah.
Do you know when we might possibly see this album you're working on, like any rough idea?
Oof, that is a good question. We've been in talks with Firestarter Distribution about getting it out very early next year. I'm talking late Feb at the latest, I think we're looking. We've pretty much got 15 plus tracks, pre-production done on all of them. So we're a lot more organised. We've got someone that's ready to record it. I think we're going in to record the tracks late this year and then work on vocals and that over the next few months after that.
Right. Well, if it's anything like the new single Know My Name, it's going to be an extremely exciting album, and I'm very much looking forward to hearing it.
Thank you.
I think it might be a good idea if we stop teasing everyone at home now and actually let them hear this single, shall we?
Sounds like a plan.
So I might actually allow you, as the vocalist and songwriter, to introduce it to people, because I'm really excited to actually let them hear it.
Absolutely. This is Vin from Tempest Rising, and you're about to listen to Know My Name, our brand new single.
Thanks a lot, Vin.
No worries, Kat. You're a champion. Thanks heaps.